Yeah, so I think our approach to this can be best summed up in the word collaborative. We come with ideas and we share them with the actors, and then we ask them what they think about it. And I think it's very important because sometimes we don't think about things that could be even funnier or even more emotional.
I think I try to be really honest with Sophie. She's a person too. She has, hopes and doubts and fears. And it involves a lot of going through the script and kind of figuring out what are her motivations for saying what she's saying and how can I use those to kind of fuel what Sophie's feeling.
It's interesting to play a mom because I think that I am naturally pretty maternal, but wanting that to read genuinely is about like me trying to develop a relationship with Ida outside of the rehearsal room, which I think that we kind of naturally have just by being friends. But trying to do that with like an element of age and an element of like experience has been the more difficult part of like putting on a layer of world weariness that I don't really have yet.
Something that has really helped me sort of dive into my character was creating like a timeline, because the show like revolves around different people knowing different things. So it's like really, just as an actor, like it's really easy. Like you already know everything that's going on, but your character doesn't. So really sort of making a timeline and sort of checking in with, okay, what do they know versus what don't they know?
So for Sky, just trying to play it more like lovingly, just probably like the best boyfriend you could ever have. That's me, obviously. Yeah, it takes a lot to build me up to that just because that's not me.
So I've never done any sort of acting before, and this is like very new to me. So me and Mira, we play Sophie's best friends in the play. And basically what I do is like, I know I'm supposed to be a best friend. So when I'm talking to Sophie and she's like telling me about, like she found her dad, I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I had a friend who told me like after 18 years of not knowing who her dad was and always wanted to know that she finally found him, and like how I would probably start crying and like be excited and all these things.
Yeah, I think with Lisa, it's like I was trying to figure out what her part is in our like little trio. I think Hadley and I talked about how like Allie's kind of the more like nervous, a little bit concerned of friend, and I'm like just the positive one who's just like, I want you to have fun, I support you all the way, like, you have 3 dads? Okay, that's cool, like, no problems. So it's just like trying to pull it like my most positive and my most energetic and just trying to be as supportive the entire way.
For me, Rosie feels like where I'm headed in like 20, 25 years or so. She's very like hard-headed, feminist, like kind of just here for a good time, very goofy, but like fiercely loyal to Donna and to Tanya and to like the friendship that they had, and like, Dynamos before anything else. And like this, the time that this show takes place is just the time of her life, because she's back with her, best friends from college, she's back with her girl band, they're singing together. And I think like the giddiness that she feels matches the giddiness that I feel doing this show. I guess when I'm thinking of like Tanya, I do have to channel, I guess, the woman I'd love to be, which is kind of a woman who knows what she wants and will do anything to get it and won't let any man, especially, stand in her way to get there. I think to like Joan from Mad Men, it's totally that like, she owns her sexuality so well, but yeah, just so confidently. I think that's totally the person I'm trying to be.
I think Bill is he's a character who you can sort of laugh at. I think he can be goofy, and I guess for me it was important that, if the audience is going to laugh at Bill and kind of think he's weird and funny, that's great, but I have to take him seriously. What is kind of going on underneath in terms of insecurity and not wanting to be alone, and how you kind of build this construct of who you are that you sell to other people, and kind of seeing Bill as that, rather than just kind of as this like ridiculous caricature of like a wannabe Indiana Jones. That was kind of how I approached it.
So I think Harry's coming back to the island amongst the dads, probably the most just kind of satisfied with where his life is right now, and is definitely not looking to like reignite an old flame or anything, but really he may have something to prove to himself in terms of like, he wants to show that he's spontaneous and that he can like remember these times, these great times he had with Donna, and like think about, you know, being young again and remembering those things, and maybe he feels like he's kind of drifted off a bit into just the work life and wants to see that again, and Donna definitely brings that out in him.
Anytime that Harry walks on stage, and the whole mood just gets like 10 times happier.
Yes, oh my gosh, just there's such like a calming and warm energy when Harry enters the stage, and I cannot help but smile when I'm watching it.
The struggle for me is in not making Pepper too simple. He's very much like a one note kind of guy, very, very happy-go-lucky, very carefree, and trying to find the nuance, and that has been something that I want to try to focus on. Because I mean, like, he has that a very similar attitude throughout the entire show, but of course, I want to try to give him levels and make it so that he is someone that the audience recognizes apart from the general ensemble.
One of the things that I've found that characterizes Eddie is that he loves to have fun, he's very carefree, but what's really challenging about that is the fact that everybody in the show loves to have fun. Everybody's on this island paradise to have a good time. And so sort of finding ways to differentiate Eddie has been sort of a challenge. I think by and large though, I've sort of been approaching Eddie from this perspective that he's there not because of any deep care for, you know, Donna, but because he just loves what she's brought to the island, and he just loves having a good time there.
Kind of what I love the most about it is like the female community and how strong it is in the show. Like Tanya and Rosie, who are Donna's best friends, like are such iconic women. Like, this is a show that really celebrates strong female characters. And I think that's something that our directing team has really emphasized throughout this process, and of course that we have to keep in mind as the Dynamos, who are like the female power band. And so I think that's another great reason to come see this show, is just to celebrate strong female characters.
Yeah.
It's a fun show, it's high energy, and it's an awesome music theater demonstration of like female empowerment, which is really, really nice and really refreshing.
Definitely no. Because as much of a fun show as it is, like there's also a lot of like places for people to resonate. Like, you know, Sophie's only 20 and it's like, you know, I'm about to be 20, you know, she's already getting married, like that's nuts. You know, like it's sort of like a realization of, oh, we're sort of reaching that point in our lives already. The parents are reflecting, you know, the children a little bit. You can see sort of the adult and the kid in all these characters. And so that's just something that people are, you know, while they're sitting, you know, singing along and having fun, like I think they're definitely going to resonate with just all the characters.
Cool. Yeah, I think so. Eddie is a boatman, and so I'm pretty sure Eddie would have an oar. But so far the directors have not said okay to the oar. They don't seem to think it would be practical within the scene, and I don't get why. But nevertheless, I think if he had an oar, that would be good, and that would be what he would do. He would have the oar. If you're a fan of oars, that would also be good, because I'll have one, and if after the show you can come and like you can check it out, which would be cool.
You get people to sign your board.
Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, one more thing I remember.
We're not done yet.
I really like the scene where I get my oar out and I'm showing it to everybody. Yeah, I like that scene.
I like that scene too.
Yeah.